Hi, and welcome to the 4-Minute Mark. Every day, Monday through Friday, what we're going to do is we're going to be going through the Gospel of Mark in about 4 minutes, give or take a little bit, okay? And so we're going to start by just talking a little bit about what the Gospel of Mark is. It was written for a Gentile audience who liked action, much like we do today. They didn't like a lot of talky. They wanted to just know who, what, where, and when. And Mark does that. Not to say that Mark doesn't include some of the talks of Jesus, and if he includes them, they must be very important, and we will take note of that. But Mark was writing for an action-adventure-oriented audience, and that's what his gospel is. So let's start right with verse 1. The beginning of the gospel about Jesus Christ, the Son of God. The beginning of the gospel. The gospel is good news, and it was a form of literature back in the ancient world. Back then, a gospel was not a strict biography of a person, but it was written to make points to the readers about this person. Why is this person important to you? What does this person's entrance into the world mean to you? What benefits can this person bring you? Gospel, good news. It's good news that this person is in the world. So Mark is not concerned about chronological order. Actually, none of the gospel writers are all that concerned with chronological order, because the genre they're writing in, gospels, weren't concerned about that. They just wanted to make the point that this is a wonderful person that you should know about. So this is the beginning of the gospel about Jesus Christ. Now, we might think when Mark says the beginning that he's going to go back to the manger and the shepherds and the wise men, but he's not going to do that. Instead, he's going to go back a lot further than that. The beginning of the gospel about Jesus Christ, the Son of God. It is written in Isaiah the prophet. See, he's going back hundreds of years before Jesus even appeared on the scene. It is written in Isaiah the prophet, I will send my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare your way. A voice of one calling in the desert, prepare the way for the Lord, make straight paths for him. And so John came, baptizing in the desert region and preaching a baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins. Right away, and we're only down to verse 4, Mark has already mentioned the prophet Isaiah, saying that he talked about the coming of Christ, and now he's mentioned John. John the Baptist was a famous figure back then, like the Billy Graham of his day. He would have what we would call today crusades out by the river. So we have the prophet Isaiah, way back when, and we have a current celebrity, John, mentioned right away, and we're only down to 4 verses. So this Jesus must be really something if he has all these kind of people in his story at the very beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Can you imagine a reader looking at that, the Son of God? What does that mean? Well, hopefully as we go through Mark, we'll explore a little bit more about what that means. Have a good day.